Okay, so now that more or less it's a little more clear what is the method, let's go and do it with our shot. Okay, so the very first thing that we want to do is just to relax if we can, and let me get this, and try to listen to the audio as many times as we can. Relax, just try to soak in. It's like listening to some music that we really like. So I'm in my house, so I'm gonna do my best to really do that. Usually when I'm in a studio, I take my time. Just I sit in my chair usually. You guys should have like a more decent kind of chair so you can sit comfortably because you're working lots of hours. So just play the audio and listen and listen and listen and try to see if you can melt in that audio. So you can. The idea is that you integrate that. So. Little by little you're going to put in the back of your mind what is going on, what are the feelings, even the timing. At some point, the more you listen to it, when eventually we're gonna act it out, you're gonna see how timing is even included in that performance that you are doing. Even if it's genuine, it's like your body is gonna remember that some action is gonna happen here and there. And it's very interesting. Another good comparison is like when you dance a song that you know very well, right? You spend like a lot of time listening to that music. You know what are the steps, and if you have done any kind of dance, you don't think about it. You just dance, and you are in the beats, right? You are in the right timing always, and you expect, or sometimes you wait for a particular part of a song that you really like very much to come, so you feel that excitement and your body is getting ready for that part, and then when that part arrives you move in a different way, enjoying it more because maybe it's a part that you feel very excited to dance. So we're just, let's say, getting our body or getting our experience of performance used or getting familiar as much as we can with the audio that we're gonna be working. So I have here my audio.
I think the first thing to know is that it doesn't just start automatically. You can't just leap in there and do De Niro.
And I have it on loop, and I am gonna stay for a long time just listening to it. I know at this time, I know that this audio, I like it a lot. That's why one of the first recommendations that I give you guys is that try to choose as much as you can the audios that you are working on, because your start point is gonna be excitement. Your start point is gonna be inspiration, something to tell, something to move towards to, right? So at this time, I'm feeling very excited to work with this audio. That's a good signal for me to know that I'm gonna enjoy it and that I'm gonna do my best to be creative. It's gonna, let's say, creativity is gonna flow out by itself because I've been called, right? So that's what we want. It's good to check from time to time how do we feel. So little by little we tune more into that kind of creative impulse that we were talking before. So we don't take decisions so much in our mind, but rather inspiration or the creative energy that is in your body, right? So let's listen to the audio. Probably I'm gonna be doing this for like 5 minutes, I don't know, and try just to melt and to enjoy it and to have fun, and probably we'll have ideas coming, we will visualize things coming, happen. We don't need to write anything down. This is just soaking in, right? Let's do this.
So, how to do impressions. I think the first thing to know is that if you begin, ease them in.
Okay, so I've been listening to the audio for quite a long time. Something that is very interesting is that, as I was saying before, the more time you are starting to listen to it, the more I'm starting to act it out. Like my body is starting to ask me, okay, do this, do that. Even with the right timing, I found myself, this timing is very fun for me because it has like a very particular timing that I really want to hit. So I found myself at some point starting to act it out, having like some kind of inner images in my, you know, in their, is what they call it, the inner vision, right? So you start to visualize things, some poses, some ideas. So that's good, that's great. That means that we're pretty much ready to start shooting, right? When things are starting to come out by itself, like you don't have to think about it. It just flows out very naturally, right? So the next thing that we want to do, let's say that maybe these images, they don't come out yet because we are not, let's say we're not so familiar with this part of the process. Emotions still, you don't start to feel any kind of emotions yet. You're just listening. That's why in the method, to help ourselves, we can do in between listening to the audio and the video shooting, we can do a step in the middle, which is asking these questions that can help us to, you know, to bring this kind of inner experience out, like emotions or some memories from the past, something that is linked to our personal story, that we can relate it to this shot that we're gonna be doing, so we can start to act out and to perform in a very genuine way, because it's gonna be based in something that happened to us or something that is happening to us right now. So the third question is, this audio reminds me to blah, 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 like this audio reminds me to when my dad was talking to me when I was a kid, for example. 2, what is happening in this shot reminds me to da 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 da. This also can be what is happening in this shot reminds me to when I'm giving classes to you. Actually, that's one of the reasons of, it's something that is very interesting to me. I feel like I'm like toy is also part of giving the class too, right? And also reminds me a little bit of those moments of ego and feeling like an important teacher and all that. And actually that's, I think I'm going a little bit that way with this shot. Like also trying to laugh about a little bit about myself in those kind of situations. The third question is more related to emotions itself, which is, this audio makes me feel da 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 da. Like this audio makes me feel very important, or this audio makes me feel anger, or this audio makes me feel sad in another kind of situations, right? So again, the goal here is to bring something from inside us, some kind of experience that is in our body, emotions or memories, that we can link with that audio that we are listening into. This is gonna be basically the source or the let's say the fuel for getting that genuine feeling, for getting that kind of authentic performance that we're aiming to in our shots. So in my case, if I ask myself these questions again, I'm a little bit more clear. The thing is that I've been doing this system for many years now, and for me, as soon as I spend like 5 to 10 minutes listening the audio, I can start to already feeling things, and I can start to already getting some clear emotions or some memories. They start to come, and my body naturally starts to ask to me to act things out, right? Naturally. That's what ideally you guys are gonna do very early, as soon as you guys get a little familiar, and don't freak out with this process, and don't freak out the others of your studio. It's gonna be very easy to start to get ideas out, and like, wow, okay, I like where this is going now. So in my case, I don't really need to ask those questions, but I like from you guys to also practice this properly. So there's gonna be a class in this module for you guys to really practice this part of the process. So for me, I'm just ready to roll, and I'm just gonna get comfortable. You can use your webcam, you can use any kind of device that makes you feel comfortable. You don't really need to get like a very good quality of video, because the point of this is just to get a reference. A reference means something that you're gonna be basing a little bit your future work. It's not gonna be something that you're gonna be copying. We're not gonna be doing any kind of motion capture, or we're not gonna be just tracing everything that we do into our shot. The point here is to feel your ideas and to feel that emotion that you are experiencing, and to try to do it as the audio goes. Don't try to match the timing. If it does, good for you. If it doesn't, it's all good. What you really need to try to do is to be yourself. Try to be genuine. Try to stick to those emotions that are coming out, to those memories that are coming out. If you feel like, for example, a memory of your father comes out and you feel like you want to act out like your father, do so. You can do that. So it's like a game. It's actually, this part is like a game. You're just forgetting about everything that is around you. Don't pretend to be an animated character. That's also very important. Don't push the performance so you are an animated character. No, just be yourself. Take your time, have fun, really have fun, enjoy the process, and take as much time as you can. Remember that we also have edit tools. You can then spend some time editing or just studying your ideas. So the thing is that little by little you get more comfortable with the audio, you soak in, and things start to get out more comfortably. So you can always choose what are your ideas that you like later and think about it later. But for now, the point is get in, be playful, and let whatever comes out and you feel that needs to come out, let it come out.